But I need your voice though to tell
Yeah,
me
like
what
of
the fuck I'm
course.
watching. You know?
So I mean, what you're watching is in series that we're trying to make to give you guys some knowledge on League of Legends. And the knowledge that we're gonna try to give you is quite diverse, but it's the level of what I would like to call semi-professional gameplay. So it's between like the full amateur leagues and pro play like LEC or the ERLs, which are popping off this year. And we kind of want to give you guys an insight on what's actually going on and how you improve in such a level. Because, as you know, we're getting good at the game. We're at the top percentages of the world, but we need to get even higher. What we want to do with this series is try to give you guys an insight of how you improve where you're already pretty good at the game. And so this is the first video to the series. It's a VOD review of my bot lane for Nimbus Esports playing Fresher Filios into Celebron. And with that specific lane, there comes specific rules they should play. They forgot about those rules, and that's what I try to teach them. So yeah, what we're gonna go over is laning phase. And mostly I want you guys to identify points in the game where you could have done more and where you could have done less. And because there's a lot of opportunities, especially in this lane, which we'll try to see. So, and like to start off, of course, females get solo XP, Fresh is behind a bit. But two other things that I immediately would pay attention to is the fact that our jungler is starting bot side, while their jungler is starting top side. Is this a danger to our lane?
Yes, of course it is. Like in approximately at 3 minutes, we know that Cho'Gath is probably going to be bot side. So our main goal is, when I first look at the game, that we don't have to push this lane because it's really dangerous at 3 minutes. So to keep the wave at our side is our win con.
Isn't it fine when he doesn't have a Predator or when he don't have boots? Or I guess he could like full clear top and then recall boots and then bot.
Yes. So let's say that at some point our wave ends up here.
Yeah.
Or even further ends up here. Are we in danger then?
Yes.
And why?
Because they have setup with Braum, they have setup with Senna, they have CC. And if Cho'Gath comes then we are completely fucked if they land their CC.
Okay. If we do end up in this situation, how should we play it?
We could play it in two different ways. For example, the first way is to try to shove it, and the second way is to just play passive and give up CS.
And there's a third one as well.
Yeah, ask for
but then we need jungler.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the main thing what I want you guys to realize is that you guys have this beautiful champion. And that champion has a pretty bullshit ability called the Lantern.
Yep.
So let's say the wave does end up here. That means the experience range is about here. Which means a Phineas can stand here and Fresh can stand here.
Yeah.
And you're still completely fine.
Yeah.
And these are all options which you need to think about basically in the loading screen of the game. Because there's nothing like special about you guys like sitting here on the tower farming. There's nothing to. Like if Phineas can auto Senna, Senna can auto back. That's all that's gonna happen. But it's more interesting of what happens in this side. Because this is where people make mistakes or gain advantages.
Yeah.
So, and also like the other thing to realize, because of course you're gonna trade at some point in the lane. What is the biggest cooldown they have that they need to use in trading?
Braum shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty much it.
When Braum shield is down, we should be actively looking to trade. Because that's our window.
Yeah.
So those things are important to realize in everything that's gonna happen. So nothing happens here, of course. Like we're just farming, we're still getting the Zias, we're happy. Slow pushing a wave out, they got 2 first. And another thing is they are both 2, right?
Yeah.
But they're not pushing their advantage at all. So it's good that you realize that as long as they are not pressing you, you can still walk up. If they walk up, then we need to use the abilities that we have. Because Fresh doesn't have Hook or Flay at this point, but he does have Lantern with Guardian.
Yeah.
So actually, auto trades, we should be winning. So at this point, Aphelios could look to trade with Senna. If Senna auto queues, Aphelios 2 autos, then you win it because you have Guardian Shield. So Fresh is almost 2. And you guys talked about the opportunity of Cho'Gath coming to gank us. Right?
Yes.
What can we do to prevent that even from happening here?
Lantern range. Or
Exactly.
Lantern.
And what we could also do is use our wards properly. Because we now have a ward in this bush. That's fine. But what we also have is a pink ward and a sweeper. And what we need to realize here is that, of course, it's very natural for supports to ward this. But considering that there is a Cho'Gath jungle, which can either lane gank or gank through river, because if he takes this path, then it's taking too long. Of course, it can happen, but the chance is very small with Cho'Gath. So actually, having this ward is way more value than having this one.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So that's what we need to think about. Hey, what is the specific matchup and what do we need to ward against? If it was, let's say, a Nunu against the Nunu, I would like to see a ward over here. Because if you ward this and your vision is this, if the guy snowballs over here and you see it, you're already dead.
Yeah.
So those things are things we need to think about. Because basically, at this point, if I was Cho'Gath, I would be sprinting towards bot lane. Not even to kill you guys, but it's good, we realize it. And what we talked about, Fresh Lantern. Fresh is standing in front of Aphelios here.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen, right?
Yeah,
It should be.
Fresh should always be behind.
Yeah.
Because what is actually our goal in this situation right now?
The goal is to shove in the wave because we have a stacking wave. Shove that on the tower and look for reset. And the way we could have done that is if Thresh was standing behind me and I tried to push it in fast. And then I just lantern out.
Yep. So I don't even care if you get the gold for these minions at this point. Because as we said before, we don't care about your CS numbers. We care about the CS compared towards each other. So if we just lose these 3 minions on gold, that's fine. But it becomes a way bigger issue if you cannot catch these minions. And the next one coming in.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to, if we do not understand it together as a bot lane, we need to talk about it. What do we want to achieve here? And how do we set that up?
Yeah, Thresh should be standing way farther behind. Yeah. Because that wave could have gone in the tower, right? And it would have been reset.
Maybe.
Or almost. Maybe.
I don't think it would have mattered, like on that wave, if you go back. I think it was just too close.
Yep.
Like if you were Jinx, maybe, but since you're Aphelios.
Yeah, if I had flamethrower, maybe. Yeah, I agree.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Something else to realize here. What value is your sweeper getting here?
Yeah, right now it's nothing. It's just int. But
when would it give you value?
If I use it.
If you use it, yes. But if you are looking to get a gank from the Hecarim.
Yeah.
But we know since Hecarim started here, clear towards topside, we won't get a gank before 5 minutes. We also know Cho'Gath started top, clear towards bot side, which means we need to get vision ourselves rather than the 9 vision.
Yeah.
Because then we would have had another ward. And we could ward this, and suddenly the two of you are completely happy in this situation. Whereas now, if we look at your vision, and it's freaking scary.
Yeah, I agree.
So we see Cho'Gath mid now. Okay, we see him linking towards topside. Hey, did we see that?
He used this E.
He used his E. So at this point, and with Cho'Gath top, and Braum E down, you need to trade aggressively. So this is a good timing. What's not good is that I'll rewind it.
It's reset time.
Not about that really, but I want. So Aphelios is walking back here.
Yeah.
What are you scared of?
Nothing really. I don't know. It's just a habit.
Exactly.
But there's nothing to be afraid about. Be afraid for, because, as you said, he used the shield, and they have nothing to come the trade back with. Really, we should auto win the trade, so we should be playing way more aggressive, or I should in this scenario.
And even if they all in, you have Ignite versus Exhaust too.
Yeah.
They have never kill pressure on anyone. Fresh even has his bone plating still.
Is Guardian up here?
No.
No. Okay.
But we probably used it here.
Yeah. Like this.
So
yeah, could maybe I killed here, I think.
Yeah. More important, what can we do from this situation? How can we gain an advantage for ourselves?
We could let it slow push towards us, or of course Hecarim dive.
But he's topside right now.
Yeah, he's too far.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
I don't know if it's correct, but I was thinking about, like, if I was just standing between their minions and our minions, we could perma pressure them with Lantern behind me, and then they can't fucking step up to the minions, and then they would lose both gold and XP.
Yes, exactly.
Or we could reset, but I think that the first thing I said is the proper way to play it.
Yes, and you're saying you cannot reset, right?
Yeah.
Why cannot?
Yeah.
Like
what
do you need to happen to reset?
We need a wave in. And I soon have flamethrower, so we could shove it in with Gravitum and Inferno. And we could also perma pressure them. So it's really two scenarios. But we are looking to reset, I think. So we should just shove it in, I think.
I agree that you're looking to reset, but you don't do it by hard pushing this.
Okay.
Normally, if this was a more neutral lane state where it would be here, you have like 6 versus 6 hitting, then you hard push or you push 3 waves. What you can do here is, let's call this wave 1, and the wave coming in, wave 2.
Yep.
We slow push wave 1, and then when this wave comes in, we start hard pushing it.
Oh, yeah.
What happens with that is two things. First of all, you gain more time because they have to spend more time clearing. So this allows Aphelios to reset and come back bot without losing any minions. But it also allows Fresh to reset and roam mid after. If Braum also wants to, he needs to reset at the same time, which means Senna gets solo XP under tower. But after that, Aphelios comes back to lane first, Senna comes late. And because the wave is then pushing into us, and Braum is probably still roaming, Senna is going to lose CS. So by slow pushing wave 1, hard pushing wave 2, you gain more time for yourself. And especially on a champion like Senna, Senna is going to struggle to catch all the gold because of her slow auto attack speed.
Yeah, so we should have waited with this wave and just waited for the next wave, right?
Yep.
And then, as you said, slow pushed it, and then we have a stacking wave. And then we have a lot more time to reset, because it's kind of fucked here, really.
Yeah, like what you're doing here, you could do, but I would only do that if, for example, you can get this tower plate, and the tower plate allows for a much better base.
Yep.
Or if you could look for a kill here. Promi.
We could call our jungler maybe Harry's mid right now.
You could, yeah.
Yeah, we could dive this.
Well, with Braum E down, yeah, I would always look for a hook. This is good. We gained an advantage. We have bigger HP advantage. But now again, same thing. How do we use that?
I think we should have maybe try to slow push the wave here.
Yep.
And then look for a dive, because we have a wave coming in. And if we slow push this wave, we have a stacking wave, huge wave, and it should be a really free dive, in my opinion, with Hecarim.
And no heal as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. The issue
But they have Braum Shield.
Yeah, so they have Braum Shield. And they also have a strong buff called the Jungler. Because at this point, Hecarim is doing Crux. And he's probably gonna do Raptors. And he still needs to base. So there's never a chance Hecarim is coming bot side. Well, Cho'Gath, well, his top camps he just based. So he's probably going Wolves into Gromp into something in bot river. But this is, of course, information you need to ask from your jungler. So that's why it's very important to communicate with your jungler here. Hey, where is the enemy jungler? Because if you know where the enemy jungler is, you can adapt your plan. But no matter like what the end result is, you still don't want to what I call ping pong. So what we're doing here is we're ping ponging waves with the enemy. We get 6 CS, they get 5 CS because they lose 1 to tower. But again, if Feniel stands here, Fresh stands here, or the other way around, they have to sit here. They can never catch CS, and we're very happy.
Yeah, instead we are just pushing. Yeah. I feel like we could have expanded our lead so much better this lane when I look at it.
And again, we push, and now we realize, oh shit, we cannot do anything with the push. So we need to base. Now, you cancel here, okay, because we take a goodie recall.
And then we decide to stay right, yeah.
Hey, the shield is down.
I didn't walk up.
Again, this is good. Those are good trades. Same thing again, question becomes, what are we gonna do with it? Well, we need to realize that this guy is gonna come again. Because of the jungle path. That's of course info you need from your jungler, but you need to pay attention to it as well. So we go once again to a Fidel standing here and Fresh standing here. Because now basically our time to have fun is over. And you guys realize it. But at this point, and I know it's understandable as a support, your relic stacks don't matter. It's the same thing again. It's really cool that you can get 21 gold on Fresh here. But it's way more important that the enemy does not get to freeze it.
Yep.
Alright. We get the base.
Okay, Corky kind of bailed us out there.
Yep. Also important to realize, what advantage did we gain in bot lane that we had not to work for ourselves, but our top side did for us?
TP.
Exactly.
Or TP advantage.
Exactly. You understand why that's important to communicate.
Yep.
So, we're roaming, that's fine. We see Braum here over the ward, so we know we have some time still. Fresh is staying around to get the wave pushed in, that's fine. You see, they are stacking waves.
Yeah.
The problem is they cannot do anything with it. The idea that they have is good. But all of this does not matter, of course. You get some nice poke, but you're still gonna get all the CS. I just realized that you guys don't have ping falling. There we go. And now we are stacking waves. So, what's the idea of stacking the waves here with Hecarim top? What do we want to achieve here?
We can deny some minions,
Mhm.
and we can look for a dive, but that's kind of difficult when we know that Cho'Gath is bot side.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think we thought of them missing some couple CS is good here.
Yep, exactly.
It's better than just shoving it in, really.
Yeah, and you can actually make it more scary for them and force them to play more defensive. So remember that like 5 minutes ago I talked about you need vision yourself.
Mm.
We don't need vision ourselves here. They are the ones who need vision because they have the wave crashing in. So now it's good to have a sweep because at this point they see this.
Yeah.
Imagine if we also place our pink here and we sweep all of this.
Yeah, they're fucked.
They're fucked. They're fine. They can catch the wave. And Cho'Gath is going bot, so they're completely fine. But they need to say to Cho'Gath, hey, you need to stay around because we have a wave coming in and we don't know where Hecarim is. Which means that if Cho'Gath is here, Cho'Gath cannot be here. Which means suddenly, if we look at this guy, he can crush this wave for free.
Yep.
So we need to realize, hey, do we need vision or do we want to deny vision?
We definitely want to deny
Yeah.
here, but I don't. They don't have TPs, so we are not afraid of TP flanks. But of course, we should always try to kill the Rishon.
Yeah. And very important here, Bjor. If you're gonna clear this,
go
always
all
clear.
the way back.
Well, okay, maybe not this, because no one ever wards here, but make sure you clear the free bushes.
Yeah.
Alright, we crush it. We're gonna keep
I
playing up.
think now it's when I say like when I talk about the video that Shiva sent me and Nossi.
Yeah,
And then I
think
I think on this wave I go for it. Or no, I go for it.
So this was the first part of the recording I had with Ozzi and Bjor. Now we cut it here, so we don't want to make it too exhausting for you guys to watch. But the following play we're gonna talk about is a teleport play, and it's kind of a transition into mid game and more late game focused as well, which the next video will be about, which will start off with this play on how to respond to a teleport. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, this is what I'm never gonna do, but I'm never gonna say, if you enjoyed it, like the video, comment. I refuse to do that.
If you guys like the video, hit that subscribe button.
Make sure you turn on the notification bell to stay up to date with all our newest videos.